Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Welcome to the show. Saturday evening. Let's get down to business. Austin Metcalf's father, Jeff Metcalf, he did an exclusive 3-hour interview, and he went scorched earth on Karmelo Anthony and the family. Now, if you ask me, this is what we used to call opening up a can of whoop ass. He went and popped the trunk and went and got the outrage. Holy smokes. He admitted to being racist against ignorant people, not necessarily color. He took a shot at Charleston White. Pow! I don't know what happened there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Charleston White was kicking in Karmelo Anthony's back at one point, and then he switched sides because he spoke to the father, but now he's back kicking Karmelo Anthony's back in, and the father talking about he ain't sending no money, yada yada yada. So anyway, Jeff Metcalf talking spicy. I don't know if he dropped the addy, but he gave out the location, and like he wants all the smoke. I'm going to play some of the interview. It was, as I said, a 3-hour interview. I'm just going to play maybe 20 minutes. Sarah Fields on Rumble. Her podcast is called JinxedSip, JINXED, JinxedSip podcast. Sarah Fields. She did a great job. She let him talk and talk and talk. He addressed a lot of things, and I have to say, objectively speaking, I think it was brilliant on the part of the prosecution to keep him and Hunter, right, Austin's brother, out of the courtroom. Now, he's going to break it down, Jeff Metcalf, about why Hunter did not need to be in the courtroom. For those who were wondering why he wasn't there, the brother of Austin, who, one of the twins. I think it was brilliant for them not to call the father to the stand, because he's got a past, he admits to it, but he may have said something to help Karmelo Anthony's case. In case you're new to my show, let me make it clear. In my opinion, Karmelo Anthony belongs in prison and killed somebody. I think he overreacted. I've already said that. So this is not to try and, so much find holes in what the prosecution was able to do. Yeah, they caught the family, caught him slipping. And I want to play part of the family's, the Anthony family's interview with a young woman. I forget her name. She's from the Breakfast Club. Truth be told, the Anthony family, we have to be real with ourselves. They were not expressing themselves, in a way that people would look at them as, victims. Now, yes, their son is in the penitentiary. As I said, I think he belongs there. A 35-year sentence. So I want to be as fair and objective as possible, all right? Hey, guys, coming up this evening also is Game 5 of the NBA Finals. I'm going to stop this show before the game starts. Or I may continue streaming, watching the game here, and talk to you guys. But I do want to address, again, this interview with Jeff Metcalf. What else am I forgetting here? He speaks about a lot. Oh! For those who did not see the interview, he speaks about being Native American. He said the family has their Indian cards. Takes a shot at Black people who came here on boats. He wanted all the smoke. Guys, also, showrunner. Big Tigger under investigation. Let me say early, Tigger needs our support. He needs our support. Last time I saw Tigger was, I think it was 2005, right in front of Power 105 when I was doing radio in New York City. We shook hands like men, had a good conversation. I do not believe, I have no proof, but I don't believe Tigger put hands on his wife. I have never in all my years being in the world of media and entertainment, I've never heard about Tigger, that type of behavior. And if something did occur, more than likely somebody would have contacted me. I got at Tigger years ago. You know, I'm not going to rehash that. It was decades ago. I don't think that's his character. I don't think that's his nature. And I do want to say, aside from Tigger being a pioneer and a legend, in my opinion, he is a matador of what used to be a culture, hip-hop. He has interviewed the biggest of the big. He has let people talk crazy to him. You know, interviewing people, there's an art to letting people speak, even when you don't want, you know, to push back or talk on top of them. And Tigger is one of those people who allows other people to speak. You've seen people on Rap City in the basement, you know, talking reckless to him. He just smiles. That's a good quality, if you ask me, allowing people to speak. So again, I just want to be very, very upfront, very honest. He needs our support. Let me tell you why. I think it was back in 2005 or 2006. A tether, a slur, an admitted slur, put out a book. And she was kicking in Tigger's back, Tyson Beckford, and a whole lot of other black men. She came on the Star and Buckwald show. My show was syndicated into 10 different states. And I grilled her. It was only one talk break. She became frustrated. I got at her because I knew she was not Black American. At the time, she was talking about either being from Barbados or St. Thomas. And that was like, you know, I found that to be that you're maneuvering in the one-time Black culture, trying to profit whilst promoting she's, you know, from another place. I'll just say that. And then when I found out that Bill Maher was slutting her out or dating, whatever, Bill Maher, and she didn't want to talk about that, I said, oh. She said, no, talk about that by yourself. And that's when I went in on her, balls deep. The video's been out there for years. You'll see it in my docu-series, but you know the story already. She left the Star and Buckwald show. My show was the first show that she left. Then she went to a couple of other shows and she became frustrated. But she tried to discredit and destroy Tigger and never having produced any receipts. See, we're different now, the internet generation, if you will. We demand receipts. Corinne Stephens never produced any receipts, and she was able to, in my opinion, slander Tigger. And till this day, there are people who take her word over his. But I just wanted to say he needs our support. He's back on the radio, B103 in the Atlanta metro area. I've heard his show a few times when I lived in Woodstock a couple of years ago. And most important, in case you don't know, I have a campaign going still. It's called the War on Mammies. Now, I'm going to try to choose my words careful with regards to the woman making accusations and claims against Tigger. It's his wife. It's his wife sitting up on social media. She has since taken the video down, playing in her fake hair, sitting there with gray edges, showing what appeared to be an eye jam and some type of laceration, but not necessarily calling him out. And now she's walking it all back. For those who know the story, she contacted, what's her name from The Breakfast Club? Is it Lauren? Lauren LaRosa sent her a statement asking for peace and calm and respect. Well, after you try and kick the man's back in? I'm simply saying this. Tigger deserves our support, and until his wife produces any receipts, she should not be given platforms to try to destroy this man. I think she tried to destroy him. She mentioned his co-host. I don't know her name. Is it Francesca? I'm sorry, guys. Is it Francesca? B103. I'm not a radio listener. I think he should sue her. I think Tigger should sue his wife. Salute to Tasha K. Tigger's wife has an ex-husband or ex-baby daddy, and he's already telling on her on Unwind with Tasha K. Tigger deserves our support. All right, just want to say all that. Here we go.
So, starting from the beginning, April 2nd, I received a phone call from Coach Jackson and said, Jeff, all I know is Austin has been stabbed. I asked him where. He said Kirkendall Stadium. I immediately hung up the phone and I made it there in about 4.5 minutes. When I arrived, it was pretty chaotic. A lot of police cars, a lot of people. I ran through probably 10 different officers who tried to stop me. When I did reach the track, the scene that I saw was my son, Austin, and they had a C machine on it, which actually it automatically pumps on your chest. But when I saw him, I knew he was gone. I prayed for a miracle. And as soon as that happened, I asked the ambulance, the EMTs, what hospital they were taking him to. And once they instructed me where they were going, I directed my attention to finding Hunter. And they said he was taken to the locker room in the field house. So I proceeded to go run over there. And I found Hunter, who was uncontrollably out of control, bawling, emotional wreck. So I have to try to gather him and maintain myself. And all we do is we pray, we pray, we pray. And I tell him, let's go, let's go. I'm taking you to the hospital. You're riding with me. And we get in the car and we're praying. Because I am praying for a miracle at this point because I know my son was gone. But we get to the hospital. We get in the room. I have to make the phone call to his mom when we were driving to inform her to meet us at the hospital. By this time, the word's getting out to certain family members. Certain people are showing up at the hospital. Takes probably, I'd say, a good 10 minutes before the doctors come in. I knew what was fixing to be said. I knew by the look on their face that Austin had passed away. And they confirmed that. I'm surprised, honestly, by human race and mankind of the despicable, vile display of the most uncompassionate, unempathetic, uncaring, soulless individuals who choose to monetize the death of a dead child or speak very derogatory of him or make memes and talk all over the internet about my son while I'm under a gag order and can't respond. It's like being tied to a chair and someone is slapping your face back and forth and you can do nothing about it but take it. Well, that day is ended. The muzzle's off. And all you people, I'm telling you up front right now, this is a warning. Karma's a bitch. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. I don't have to come after you. It's going to take care of itself. People are going to see you for who you really are now. And if we want to talk individuals, we can, because I couldn't speak about this in court. But I can speak freely now because the gag order is lifted. Tiffany Billions, Wackadoo, McAdoo, whatever her last name is, I'm not going to throw insults at you because I'm not going to lower myself to your level. But you're despicable. Drew Anthony, Kayla, you're cowards. You wouldn't even show up for your son's sentencing or victim statement impacts. You abandoned your kid. You left him there. I guess he's no more use to you because you can't get any more GoFundMe money or Go Send Go money. You are grifters. You should be ashamed of yourself. You raised that child. And I swear to God, CPS to come check on those other 3 that you still have. You never once admitted or took accountability. You tried to play victim. The real victim is the one who died, not the one who shoved a knife in his chest. I come to pray with you and show the world we can close the gap of this unbelievable racial divide. And what'd you do? You widen the gap even further. You hire a convicted baby shaking felon who's only in it for the money, who gives you bad advice, kicks me out of a press conference. Oh, funny. I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to be, but I left when asked. I didn't stab anyone. And then you proceeded to gaslight me with your convicted felon, quote, advocate, minister? Minister of what? Minister irrelevant? Minister of bullshit? How about minister fuck you? Y'all think I'm a saint? I'm no saint. I'm as human as you. I have emotions. Just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean I don't sin, because I don't walk on water and I don't turn into wine. And anybody else can, step up. Don't become kicking rocks in my backyard. Look in your own. The display of adults on the internet. If your children saw how you acted, would you be proud? Or is that what you teach them? Do you teach them that racism is okay? Do you teach them? Do you program your kids to hate, to kill? From day one, I said this was never about race. Please don't make it about race and don't politicize it. And what did you do? You chose both. The race card, black fatigue, it's real. I'm sorry. You have embarrassed your own culture and race. Don't get me wrong, we got white people that embarrass the shit out of me too. But you guys, you got a patent on that shit. I've been disrespected by so many people, so many times while I've had to sit here and take it. I'm gonna tell you right now, Charleston White, you think you're funny? We'll see who's laughing. Drew Anthony, you're a pussy and a coward, and you raised one. Kayla, you drunk bitch. What'd you do to that boy to make him stab somebody? My God, what kind of mother are you? Hey, Kevin Hayes, you fucking liar. Day after it happened. How many lies did you sit and type up on your keyboard, you big keyboard warrior? You a big tough man. You still live in Baton Rouge? Remember you said you'd come to Frisco, buddy? You're supposed to find me. I told you we could sit down and talk. That's all you do. Talk, Mr. Squeaky Clean. You're the only one in your family without a damn record. I guess that's something to brag about in your culture. You people hang your hat on the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
You people.
Let me make one up. Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about Watermelon Felon? How's that one strike you? I hope he enjoyed his first night in that cell last night, because he's going to have many nights to think about what the fuck he did. I forgave him, so I don't carry the hate and the anger.
We jump in here for a second. Gene Richmond, a.k.a. number 9. Might you want to call in, sir, early? Rory, are you out there? Anybody want to call in early? I'm going to let this play because I want to give you, the full context. People have been taking clips of the interview and not really letting it play. I want you to hear him speaking. As I've said, I believe Karmelo Anthony belongs in prison. But what you're hearing from the father right now is his demeanor acceptable because his son died? Is his demeanor acceptable?
So I don't get ate up like cancer and kills you from the inside. It's like me drinking poison and hoping it kills you. It doesn't work that way. You gotta let that stuff go or it will kill you. It will eat you up inside. So when people ask me, how can you forgive him? If I didn't, I would have wound up killing him and going to prison myself. That's how stupid people, when you get irrational, because you can't make a good decision if you're emotional. Emotion and intellect do not mix. If you're emotional, you can't come up with a logical solution. What's your master plan, Mr. Anthony? To use your son as income and soak up as much money playing victim to line your pockets and then abandon him when he's at sentencing or victim impact? You just left him up there by himself? Amazing. Amazing. What about what about you, Drew? What kind of father are you? You want to talk about what kind of father? All right, let's talk about what kind of father you are. Let's talk about your arrest. Let's talk about your warrants. Oh, was it drugs? Coke? You did? Tell me some other shit. Let's pull it up. Because I'm welcome every one of you to pull up my criminal history. Someone who tried to make up some bullshit saying I'm a sexual assault person. Guess what? If you're convicted of sexual assault in Texas, you have to register. Please check the registry. Please check my background in criminal history. It's not there. You tried to spin a narrative to make me look bad because you look bad already by yourself. But
Great comment on the screen. At this point, he can say what the F he wants. You're right. You're right. People can boo-hoo and cry and all sorts of things. At this point, he can say what he wants. That's what I meant by saying the prosecution's strategy was far superior to Karmelo Anthony's legal team. Why didn't, or maybe they did, I don't know, did Karmelo Anthony's legal team try to cross-examine the father? What is the old saying in the Bible? Sins of the father visit upon the son. Sometimes you can get a look into the child by talking to the parent, Let's continue.
One thing is for real. We are Native American. I have my Indian card and so do the boys. So if you want to talk about stolen land, yeah, that starts here. We were here before y'all were. They took all our land and put us on a reservation. They just brought you guys over on a boat.
How do you feel about the rumor being spread that you're friends with the judge and the DA?
I really thought it was very funny because the picture they posted was at my friend's house. We all grew up in Louisville. We all know each other. We all still stay in touch. It was a Christmas party of my friend's house here in Frisco, and every single person in that picture called me and said, "Why are we on the internet?" I'm like, "I don't know. You're supposed to be the judge. You're supposed to be the DA." They're like, "What?" I'm like, "Dude, these people will spend shit into gold. I don't know how they do it. They believe themselves. So I don't know what they smoke, but it must be some really high quality shit because I have no idea where they can come up with this crap. As far as me knowing the judges and the DAs, hell, if I did that, we wouldn't be waiting a year and a half for a trial. Your ass be going to prison in about 3 weeks. So I have no pull, no association. I've never met them before. And, make up some more shit, whatever.
Okay, and you don't have to answer this question if you don't want to. Was it Hunter's choice to not attend the majority of the trial?
Okay, first of all, if you're a witness in the trial, you cannot be in the courtroom. The defense had the ability to call him as a witness at any time. The prosecutor did not need Hunter's testimony to convict. I did not want my son's subjected to reliving that moment and being asked questions by the defense who would try to break him down. And as a father, I don't know if I would stand by and let that happen. I would probably be in jail. So we didn't need his testimony, first of all, to convict. Secondly, the defense had every opportunity to call him. The only reason he was in that courtroom because we were doing victim impact statements, sentence and verdict were already rendered. Then he was allowed in. That's why. And I'm damn glad he wasn't allowed in to witness and hear the bullshit and the smearing and the, I know it's the damn defense attorney's job, but he is a dipshit liar and tries to.
Coco Dream 9916, can you please send me the video that you're talking about? Because there's a lot of misinformation out here, and I don't want to repeat misinformation. I see you in the live chat, Coco Dream 9916. Please email me the link to the video that you're talking about. Here's the father giving his explanation.
Bore it into the jury's head. He's 130 pounds. It was raining.
Okay. Phone lines are open. Yes, no. What do you think with regards to Jeff Metcalf venting? And I'm sure he's got a lot more to vent with regards to. I want to play some of the Anthony parents speaking. I'm trying not to be overly critical, but there's just so many different perspectives here and narratives that have taken flight, okay? And guys, I also want to play, well, you know what? Can I play Big Tigger first? As I said, years ago, someone tried to really slander him, and to my knowledge, he never clapped back legally because at that point in time, it would have only helped her book. She was dumping on a lot of black men, Corinne Stephens, I'm talking about, Superhead, and she, in her mind, I guess maybe she thought she was going to be, really, really pop off on that book. But if you ask me, it backfired on her, okay? Here we go. This is Big Tigger addressing the new allegations from his wife on B103.
Atlanta, I'm extremely privileged to be here this morning, back at work. Over the past several days, there's been significant public discussion and speculation regarding my personal life. I understand this can happen being a public person. I've been doing radio now 32 years and television for 29. I appreciate first and foremost the support and concern that so many people have shown. I want to say categorically, these allegations and accusations that have been circulating about me are false, untrue, not happening, didn't happen. Additionally, it's important to clarify that Francesca and I have never been anything more than friends and respected colleagues. I'd like to apologize to you, Francesca, for the impact of these last few days or this last week. I hope you accept my apology. Out of respect for everyone involved, I ask for grace, privacy, and restraint as my family navigates this difficult moment. For more than 30 years, I've had the privilege of serving this in many communities through music, entertainment, and connection. I remain grateful for the trust so many of you have placed in me throughout that journey, and I intend to continue living and leading in that manner worthy of that trust. And to all the people who have either quietly...
He's speaking from the heart. Notice he's not reading off of a laptop like Leonard McKelvey. Leonard McKelvey, a.k.a. Charlemagne, a.k.a. Lesser Charge. We may or may not discuss that later, but just hear this man out. He's speaking from the heart, and I believe him.
Or loudly stood up and stood 10 toes for me, I appreciate it. For the people who have reached out to check on me, I appreciate you. No name dropping necessary. You know who you are.
Phone lines are open if you would care to comment. Big Tigger has addressed the allegations. I'm not going to mention his wife's name. Again, that's the mother of his child. I think she had 2 or 3 kids prior to Tigger putting a ring on it. He's a better man than me. He put a ring on it after somebody else, I think, put 2 or 3 in her. Troll babies, let's be sensitive. She has 4 kids total, right? And Tigger wifed her. Area code 980. Please watch the language. Good evening. Are you there? 980.
Hi there. Hi.
Hey.
I'm proud of this father's rage.
Come on.
I'm proud of him.
Come on.
He has been expected to sit down on his hands and keep his mouth shut while everybody has literally pissed on his son's grave. Literally.
Yeah.
And videoed it.
Someone was recently arrested for urinating on Austin's grave. I thought that was just beyond despicable. Go ahead.
And everybody is removing support because the family has started another GoFundMe after raising $1 million. And he has went through all of this with a public defender, and he's asking for another public defender.
When you say he, are you talking about the Anthony family? I want to be clear here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me just jump in for a second. Hold on. Hold on. Correct me if I'm wrong. The first money that was raised, over $600,000, that was for GiveSendGo, and the CEO of GiveSendGo paused dispersing any money because at that point, Karmelo had not been convicted. Since being convicted, the family was not able to get any of that money. Is that correct? I want to be sure.
No, sir. All that money was dispersed. If you'll look it up on ChatGPT, all that money was dispersed.
Okay. Wow.
Throughout the course of the campaign, all that money was dispersed.
Okay.
For money and security and other fees and I don't think it was for
jewelry, lace fronts. I'm sorry.
Right. And for that $900 rental and for that $150 whip and for kicks and other things. Yeah.
Okay.
But if we're just being honest about it, but Karmelo got the raw end of that deal.
Well, hang on.
Public defender.
Stay with me. Do you think he got the raw end of the deal? Do you think that he?
I do.
Okay, but hold on.
I feel bad for Karmelo.
Well,
because I'm a mom. I'm a mom of a son about his age.
Okay.
And
but hold on a second, because this is the objective perspective. Someone was killed. His legal team, in my opinion, did a real crappy job. And based upon my research, there was never a plea deal offered. Yes, no?
There was a plea deal offered. I don't know what that was. I wasn't there. But he should have gotten 99 years. I don't think he should have gotten 99 years.
Okay.
But I don't think 35 years is I think that's a lot. I think 35 years is a lot for someone his age. I'm just being honest about that too.
Okay.
He has no convictions, and he was 17 years old.
He's 19 now. He was 17.
He's 19 now, but he was a dumb kid making a dumb decision too.
Can I jump in for a second? According to AI Overview, there is no official confirmation or public record indicating that Karmelo Anthony was ever offered a plea deal. Go ahead.
Okay. I may have been wrong about that then. If so, I apologize.
Okay, that's okay.
I wasn't trying to spit any kind of legitimate legal thing there.
Okay.
That was just what I had understood. So.
Okay. So you're a mother.
So that's all I really know. I am a mother. Of a son about his age.
I
And
can't
so
imagine.
I
I can't imagine losing a child. You know, many people say, "Oh, if that was my child,
no, I
I
can't
would have
either.
done this, I would have done that." But no one
Oh, you
knows
think you
how
would
you would react in a situation. How many? You have
have,
one or
you think
two?
you would have done so much.
How many children do you have?
Yeah.
How many?
One.
Okay. Okay.
One. And you think you would have done so much, but you really don't know until you're there.
Right.
And I hope I'm never there.
Okay. Okay.
Just pray I'm never there. And I pray for the Metcalf family. And I pray for the Anthony family that I'm never in that position either.
Okay.
So all involved. Y'all have a great day.
Bye now. Phone lines open. This is the objective perspective. Hey, Marty. Yes, Marty. I don't know Big Tigger's wife's name. Because it's his wife. I'm not going to put my foot on the gas. If it were just, some chick that he was smashing, I would light her up like a Christmas tree. But he wifed her. Let me look in the live chat. Troll babies. Tigger wifed this woman within less than, how long have they been married? I went on his IG page. I scrolled down. He was really putting her out there, for the world to see. And she's had 2 or 3 babies before he got with her. Yes, no, maybe. So in reality, he wifed somebody else's semen receptacle. He's a better man than me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Huh? Tigger should sue her, even though they're married. Hey, you left me no choice. You've caused tension with my sponsors, my employer. I'm now on probation. She may be affecting his, catch this one, potential gross earnings. Potential gross earnings. I have to sue you. You've left me no choice. All right, hold on a second, guys. I want to play some of this interview with the Anthony family. I don't know if this is going to be a copyright matter or not. Last time we played an interview from the Breakfast Club, the whole goddamn stream went down. Here we go.
Every day I wake up, wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
Well, good morning, both of you. Drew and Kayla, thank you so much for joining me this morning. How are you guys holding up?
I mean, right now we're in a nightmare. Doesn't feel real. We've been up all night crying, praying, waiting for family to come in. We have some family who has made it. We just right now lost for words, waiting for him to give us a call as soon as possible.
So you haven't heard from him just yet?
We heard from him yesterday. He actually suffered from seizures, so we actually have to bring his medicine to the courthouse. So we're waiting for him to give us instruction to get there.
We know Karmelo from the courtroom, but tell us, who is he? What kind of person is he? What kind of son is he at home?
He is a wonderful son. He's a wonderful student.
3.7 GPA, worked 2 jobs.
I'm sorry, baby, for cutting you off. He was actually taking online classes during all of this and still held a great GPA going through this traumatic time.
He was a kid. If I didn't say it, he was a captain of his track team, football team. He was working 2 jobs. He actually saved the kid's life. That the mom, he jumped in the pool, and saved the kid's life, which was amazing. I didn't know how great he was until this tragedy.
I want to add some things to that. At home, he loves cooking, whether it's in the kitchen, outside, grilling. He makes the best hibachi. He loves running routes and playing soccer with his younger brother, Kingston. He has a brother named Andrew. He's 12, and Andrew is into doing science experiments, and Carmelo loved helping him with science experiments. He loves putting Legos together with his girlfriend. He's just a lovable, sincere child.
Yeah.
You know, do you feel like the world, you know, just going through this trial got an accurate description of who Carmelo really is?
No, we've come to find out, which we were before all this, we were a family that basically stayed to ourselves. We were very close knitted. My wife's at home. She stays at home. I was working, and we didn't know how cruel the world could be. They have his face plastered all over after he was, while he still was a minor. And it was like, everything was happening. We was getting threats. They doxed us. I was so clueless and so involved in work. I didn't even know what doxing was. They put our address online. And so we had people coming to our home. So we never had to leave in our home. Like they had us in some type of protective thing, whatever, to get us, to keep us safe with our other kids. The world right now, it sounds unbelievable, the things that he accomplished before this tragic accident. Like it will really mess you up. And as me being a father, I didn't realize.
I want to jump in here for a second. Try not to condemn the mother and father for the way they speak, okay? They're from Louisiana and they moved to North Texas. Everyone doesn't know how to articulate themselves or a situation. They had been thrown into a situation that they never imagined, but at the same time, I don't think that they prepared for. Again, we did another 2 shows. I'm not going to go back into those shows, but moving from a predominantly black area to a predominantly white area, there are certain precautions that you have to take. You have to speak to your kids. You have to explain to them that you cannot lash out and that there is a difference between not just cultures, but humor and how people engage with each other. I just want to say that because, it's very easy to look at the parents and say, just to discredit them. Okay. Let's continue.
Like him saving a life. I just, as a father, I got caught up in, hey, that's what you're supposed to do. That's your expectation. Being a man, hey, that's what we do. We move on. Like him working, hey, man, you're supposed to have a job. I was he was, how it is that young. It's like, with your girl too much, man. You need to get a job, get a hobby. So he's working, but I kept him busy too. And this whole situation, the reality of this is that somebody literally walked in his life. Literally walked into his life. He did everything by the law. And look where we at.
I want to go back to that day, that track meet. Were you guys at the event at that track?
Is that Monica? Who is this doing the? I'm sorry. Who is this doing the interview? I'm sorry.
Meet on April 2nd.
No, we were not. I was actually supposed to go to the track meet, but the weather was so bad. I just stay home. He's like, Mama, don't come. Just stay home. And now, looking back on everything, I wish I was there. I regret not being there for my child.
When did you hear the news that there had been an incident that day?
I received an email saying that there was an incident. No phone call, no anything.
You know how
my instinct was to Because Carmelo, he's the type of child to let me know everything that's going on. And it wasn't like him to not call me and tell me what was going on. So when I received the email, we have Life 360. So I went into Life 360. I'm like, wait, they said the buses made it back to the school, but Carmelo location is still stating that he's at the stadium. Like, what's going on? So I headed to the school, and that's how I found out what happened.
And how I found out, I was actually in a work meeting, and when she first called me, I thought it was because it was right after April Fools. I was like, "Oh, y'all playing this?" Because he doesn't. This is not him.
Yeah.
So I was on, "Oh, you playing? All right, whatever." But she was like, "No, he was involved in the stabbing." So when we heard that, I didn't know what happened at the time, and they kept us from everything. Like they kept us. So we running around from place to place, place to place, and it was everything was just moving so fast that day. I never forget. It was just like everything. Then once we found out and he went to his bond hearing. The next day, somebody doxed us.
Mm.
I don't want to say her name, but a lady put.
Stop right there. Yeah, me personally, I see nothing wrong with how they're speaking. I've got some beautiful Geechee family. You've heard me say this before. And just because they're Geechee, it doesn't mean that they're slow or ignorant. I learned a lot of lifelong lessons from some of my Geechee relatives in the 70s down in the South. I just wanted to say that. Guys, sit tight. I'm sorry. And someone on the screen says, Star, what if someone came up to push you? What would you do, Star? Well, I don't do hypotheticals, but I did shoot a loudmouth Jamaican woman with silver and lavender hair at a dance hall club once. I beat the case. It's on record. Area code 646. Good evening. Please watch the language. Are you there? 646. Yes, no, maybe. 646 in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Star, this is Paul. How you doing?
Paul, pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Hey, what's up? I think they need a retrial with black jurors. And I think that when someone says, touch me and see what happens, that means something different in the black community. Like when a mother says to the kid, misbehave again and watch what happens, And I'm wondering if they can play the father's speech in the new retrial, if there is one.
You mean his new interview? His new interview?
Yeah, because, it's after the fact, but they say he's venting. That means he's saying stuff that's inside of him. And no one would deny him his grief, but he should have directed it specifically at Carmelo or specifically at the defense attorney. He started going into you people and we let you come in this country. He was way left. So I think there's a case for them to make it. They were raised in kind of like an anti-black extremist household. And the whole process I just read was 7 days from jury selection to sentencing. Like they really flew this thing through. So if they get enough money for a real lawyer and they can start to paint a picture of these twins who apparently they used to bully as a team all the time, maybe they.
Do you have proof of that, Paul, or are you just repeating what other people are saying that they were bullies? Do you have proof of that?
I saw someone reading an email from 2 cheerleaders to the coach about them, and it's
Paul. Do you have proof?
Yeah.
Because hearsay is one thing. This is all now after the fact. I mean, this is the objective perspective. You can say what you want to say, but they had a jury selection. There were potential black jurors. It's not like they didn't interview any. So I mean, let's be real here. And you're saying, I want to be as accurate as possible, but 50 Cent has offered to put up money for an appeal. Rihanna, and a couple of other rappers and Cardi B. So people are offering to put up money. Are you up to speed on that?
I heard that Boosie gave $500,000. You hear that?
Where did you hear that, Paul? Please send me that source.
I saw it on my YouTube feed. He could tell him in the chat if it's
Paul Captain.
Videos about. I didn't click it.
Paul, please, come on. You're just spewing stuff. Come on, man.
All right. Well, I do want to see a retrial, and I do suspect that the sentence could get brought down to some kind of manslaughter thing. And I'm surprised they didn't really recreate this. Like, they have a traffic accident. They like recreated with the cars on the magnets. They really need to get into what happened, who moved here, what was the angle of the stab. Because I saw his brother, and his brother's like, I grabbed them. I'm like, wait, were you part of this or not? Because like there's these two extreme versions. The one where Austin just taps him on the shoulder. Excuse me, your seat is actually 14B. And he stabs him. And there's another one where like they surround him, like they're jumping him, and he stabs them. And the truth is probably somewhere in the
Paul.
The right lawyer.
Paul. Karmelo Anthony was not jumped. He was not jumped.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, man.
But was he surrounded?
Well, according to the video, he was not surrounded. Did you read the transcripts? It was a one-on-one.
No, I'm just catching up late.
Okay. You want to
can I say one more thing before I leave? Yeah, I want to say one last thing. I hear you talking about Big Tigger, and you had a famous.
Thank you. Well, he's just grasping for straws, and he wants to take me back 30 years. Big Tigger deserves and needs our support. Serious as colon cancer. Hold on a second, guys. I'm going to come back to this video here. Oh, there he is. I hear you're getting ready to take a plane to Belfast. What's going on, Rory?
Well, let's keep that under the hush hush. I don't want to get banned before I get there. I don't want them stopping me in the airport, not letting me get through. Let's keep that on the hush.
Come on.
Happy Saturday to everybody.
Yeah.
Salute to all the brothers and sisters in the live chat.
Okay.
And salute to Stephen A. Smith and all the decent black folk out there who, know right from wrong. I don't think the father was venting or grieving.
Okay.
I think he was just speaking his peace of mind.
Okay.
I think that not that he's racist or not racist, that I don't know, but I know he's tired of black people's ish. I know that white people, especially after what he went through, are gonna drop everything and not be so nice about it, and they're gonna start calling them watermelon felons and N-words and everything else, which they deserve. Because a lot of them act that way. And after this man's son was killed, they start calling him a racist, his family a racist, making up all types of lies about his family. He's supposed to sit back and be nice about it and be nice to the community that's attacking his family and has murdered his family. He's supposed to be nice about it now. He's supposed to mind his words while the black community could say whatever they want disrespectful online. No, man, he got up there and he let them know. Well, yeah, we think a lot of you are nothing but a bunch of ninjas. A bunch of ninjas that don't deserve.
But he didn't say that, Rory, so let's not put words in his mouth. Rory, he didn't say that. Let's not put words in his mouth. I want to try and be as accurate as possible now that we've got the parents talking. We have speculated for weeks, many of us. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, how dare his parents get up there and have a victim interview? Their son isn't the victim. They're not the victim. They're the perpetrators of the crime. You saw them with the shirt, believe Karmelo. Well, we believed Karmelo. The jury believed him. Everybody believed him. Karmelo said he touched me and I stabbed him. So we believe him. It ain't like we don't believe him. We all believe him. Somebody touched him and he stabbed him. He murdered him. So we definitely believe him. But those people are pathetic. You can see that. The father came across as speaking honestly. That's what he came across as, whether you like what he said or not. He came across as speaking honestly. These people came across with an agenda. We're victims. We need help. Feel bad for us. Oh, my God. No.
Let me jump in for a second, Rory. You're a father. I am not. But if I had to imagine as best I can, the parents now are more so concerned, and their tears are because of what they think might happen to Karmelo. He's not a big guy. And I'm not even trying to be funny, but he looks like he might become a prison wife. Don't you think that's reason enough to cry?
Sure, sure, they could cry and be upset about what their son is going to go through and what and the situation that he put himself in. But you don't go up on a public radio platform and start claiming victimhood that things have been done wrong to him.
Jews do it all the time.
He had his due process.
Jews do it all the time. I don't have to be scared and say, "Oh, do small hats." Jews do it all the time.
Well, if you want to take a page out of the Jews book, you go right ahead.
Oh,
yeah.
The Jew bag never stops.
Right next to the...
Come on.
Right. The blacks never stopped crying. Slavery, 200 years ago. Oh, my ancestors. We all got ancestors that been through something.
Right. Come on.
Right. But they don't stop. That's their excuse. So we're at my ancestors. The slavery. Oh, my God. White people 200 years ago treated us bad, so it's okay Karmelo killed them. It's okay, because, back in the day, we got killed too. This is the mentality. And I don't know if you saw it or not, Star, but there's like this social media trend going on where they're pissing on Austin's grave.
Easy with the language. Easy. Come on, man.
I didn't curse.
Come on, take it easy. I know where you want to go. Yes, urinating on Austin's... on his the gravestone. I saw it.
Yeah. I mean, how derogatory and lame is that? Only a certain culture will do that. Have you ever seen any other culture do that in America? Ever? Have you ever seen?
Yes.
In a murder trial, you've seen it. Well, okay. Yeah. I haven't. Only time I've seen that is drill rappers and the black community messing with people's graves.
Hold on. Now you and I are friends. But now, do we really want to go back hundreds, if not thousands of years ago to when Caucasians would dig up bodies for certain rituals, Wicca, Satanism, and other things? Yeah. Yes. So it looks bad, yes, but that's been going on for decades, eons, if you will. Come on.
Well, I mean, to say hundreds of years ago, this is 2026.
You're right.
We have evolved since, some of us have evolved since then.
Okay.
Some haven't. Obviously, some haven't evolved since then. But, this is I'm not saying all black people, but the ones that are supporting Karmelo Anthony and the ones that were outside the courthouse and the ones who are on social media, everything is a lie. Like nothing they say goes back to eyewitness testimony. Nothing they say goes back to facts. It's what they want to believe happened. That's the narrative they're putting out there, what they want to believe happened.
Okay.
And that's why people have fatigue. The whole country is fatigued with them. You're going to see more and more white people stand up and say, I'm sick of them. I'm absolutely sick of them. We stay away from them. Sometimes we walk into a restaurant, we see it's a majority of them. We walk right out the door, even though we want to get that food that's in there, and it ain't worth it. Look who's in there.
Let me jump in because I want to jump on a few other topics here. I appreciate you calling in. All right, so if we can fast forward, if you will, the browning of America, it's only going to get worse for people like yourselves, right? It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. So, I mean, what sort of preparations will be taken? Will there be different laws and things to, I don't know, isolate or protect innocent white people?
I mean, I think so. I think I think that homeschooling is probably larger now than it ever has been before because of racial problems and bullying. I also think that America is going to rethink these separate but equal laws because it's only black people that are bust into white schools. It's never white people bust into black schools. It's always black people want to be around white people. It's always black people want to get some money and move where white people are. It's never the other way around. It's never the other way around. They always talk about the crackers and then this and then that. But why you want to go to a school that's 80% white? Why would you want to leave your school that's black and go to a school and you got to take an hour and a half out of your time in the morning and after school out of your way, but you're making sure you go to a white school?
Is that Olivia tapping in? Area code 810. Olivia?
Hey, Sir, how you doing today?
Hey, great to hear from you. I'm doing a show before the finals game comes on this evening. I played an interview from Austin Metcalf's father, Jeff, and I played some of the Anthony family speaking as well. Your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, now to me, it's okay. A lot of people said it'd been a race war, but for me, now it's really going to start to be a race war because they're going to keep it going. His father is going to keep it going. But the thing about it is he's hurt. You know what I mean? I am a parent and he is hurt and he lost his son to a tragedy. You know what I mean? So, and as far as, what's his name? Karmelo family. This is what I be talking about, Star, with the black community. We have to start, thinking better. And then when we get out here, when we out here, we have to raise our kids to be thinking better. And we have to, talk to them constantly all the time. But I called in here before and I told you, when it comes to a lot of people in our community, just from my experience, they're not educating them when they talk like my parents and my aunts and uncles and grandparents did back in the day. They're not doing this. And this is part of the problem. And that's all I want to say.
Stay with me. Can I respond to what you just said?
Yeah.
You're not as old as me, but you are a mother and you're married, if I remember correct, right?
No, I'm not married. No.
Okay, you're shacking up or something. You are.
No, me and my son father are just really tight. We had a long. This another story, but
okay.
We just really really tight. Yeah.
Okay, stay with me. I think the theory of a race war is past tense. We may see some type of class war, but there's too many people who have different lineages, and it's different now. This is not the 40s, 50s, the 60s, or the 70s when people were talking about race wars. There is a multitude of melanated people who would never side with the lower tier blacks. Is that fair to say?
I think that's very fair to say, but this is what I'm talking.
I have to be so honest, and I appreciate your call. Where I live in Emerald Isle, North Carolina, if I were to see a young black male who resembles Karmelo Anthony, more than likely I would call 911. I would.
You said that, Star? You? I'm
as serious as colon cancer. You don't live around here. You better be delivering a package. So all that race war stuff, I don't see that now. Go ahead. I just had to say. So that.
Now you just see more people judging. We just judge people more now.
We're judgmental.
Is that what you're saying?
I'm judgmental. Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, Star. I am too. I was just talking to my homegirl the other day after 9/11. Now when I get on planes and stuff, and I hate to be like this. Now when I see people with seriously, they started it. I didn't ever look at people like that before. Until after 9/11, but anyways, that's another story. But I agree with you on that. This is true, but I'm not like that. Like I said, I have been raised in a good neighborhood and in the hood. So I don't think like that. And that's just because how I was raised. My parents always taught us, a bum in the street used to be somebody. So you just can't always just, think you better than somebody. I don't think that. But they also taught us that nobody's better than you. And when you go around the places where you go into these white places, a lot of times they do think that they better than you. It's a price of being black. And people need to understand that. It is a price. You have to start talking to your kids. It just is what it is. America is based on racism. That's just how it is. It's going to be like that.
You sound like you're from good stock, though, Olivia. And I hear what
I was raised with two parents.
Yeah. So I hear what you're saying, but in all reality, if Saucy Santana or Sexy Red moves next door to you, you're not going to be thinking about selling. I don't give a goddamn how much money they got. You ain't going to be thinking about selling and getting out of there?
Well, let me say this.
I would.
I don't have a house note, so no, not right now.
Okay.
Now, if I was to come into a lot of money, oh, absolutely. But right now, I have to live next to Sexy Red and who else in prison?
Saucy Santana.
No, not Saucy Santana. Lil Durk. So right now, I have to live next to Lil Durk.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. So but when I grew up in this house, it was not like that. I grew up in this house, and I'm 40 years old, so it wasn't like that when I grew up. But now, second and third generations that moved in, and like I have said before, they do not teach their kids from like the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s. You said so yourself. How you grew up, the communities was way different. Now when I'm outside, I'm not friendly. I'm not trying to act like I'm gonna be speaking to them all the time. I'm not gonna try to act like I'm giving their kids snacks all the time. No, because you're not gonna rob my house. Now I'm not judging them, but I am aware.
Okay. I have to take other calls. I appreciate you, Olivia. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye now. I used to grip up on the Water Boys when I lived in Woodstock, Georgia, driving down into the Atlanta metro area. The Water Boys. Hey, back up. I got nothing for you. And that's when they started this scam. Anybody remember the Water Boys? If you didn't have cash, they would say, can you send me a couple of dollars Cash App? And they would offer to put in their Cash App info in your phone. That became a thing on the news. Anybody in that live chat remember that? The Water Boys were sending themselves $300, $500, $250 if you give them the goddamn phone. Area code 602. Are you there? Good evening. Please watch the language. 602.
Hey, what up, man? This Thoughts. I'm calling from Phoenix. I called a couple times.
How are you, sir? Where do you want to start? Yes, sir.
Man, I'm doing all right. I kind of wanted to piggyback. I think I called before, and I think we were talking about it was a situation where a man put his hand on somebody or said something crazy, somebody and got punched. I don't think it was a Chuck the Builder thing.
Okay.
But this is another situation where I feel like as we're going on, we're starting to see, again, how white men are so effeminate nowadays. I don't know what it was. We used to think of like Sparta and like Rome and all of that stuff when you think about, Vikings and all of that, and toughness and cavemen and lumberjacks. But nowadays, all they do is complain. They're the new victims now. They're being attacked at astronomical numbers, and they can't be themselves. I feel like it's just they're mad they can't be racist outwardly. Okay. They've been holding it in so long, and they're tired of it. And now there's so much other stuff going on, poking and prying through, the media and whatever other people want to say, call them psyops or whatever, to where now they're just outwardly just saying what it is. Austin, the dad, he's grieving. Okay, I get it, man. You're going to say some crazy stuff. But at the end of the day, he meant that. He said it out of his own mouth. He was like, do you think I'm being racist? No, I'm being real. So he meant what he was saying. He was just pissed off and finally said, fuck it, I'm going to say it.
Sir, you have to watch the language. I have to drop your call.
Sorry about that. I apologize about that. Yeah, but he said, forget that. I'm going to say whatever I feel. Like he said, they're being open. And like the lady said before, I do think there was always something brewing. There was always tension here. But I do think this now just outwardly, I'm going to say watermelon felon. And now we have a lot of people I've seen multiple people, people with large followings reposting this stuff and laughing at it. And it's like...
Let me ask you a question. You sound like a knowledgeable man. What do you think the reason might be? I'm not saying it's the exact reason, but you spoke about, I'm just paraphrasing, white masculinity, becoming a thing of the past, even though the Caucasian male has always been a freak, going back to Rome and pederasty relationships with young boys. But what do you think is the reason now? There could be a reason for the lashing out and the racism and the anger.
I think they eating too many like soy products or whatever. No, that's the joking part. Honestly, I think I think it's a time for atonement, honestly. I think there's something behind the scenes, and I know it sounds weird. I think it's something greater than that. Like, I think there's a sense of urgency with them because they know it's like it's coming up. They have to start accounting for what they've done. They're being held to the fire now.
Can I put something on the table? You don't have to believe it. White genetic survival, a term that was coined by Dr. Francis Cress Welsing.
Yeah.
Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. White genetic survival. The Caucasian is very, very concerned, scared, if you will, lashing out, becoming more irrational. And at some point, it's going to be very chaotic in this country, if you ask me. What do you think about that? White genetic survival as a possible motivation.
I mean, I've been hearing about the fertility rates or the birth rates or whatever they've been talking about with them. I don't know how much truth there is to that. I'm not saying I don't disagree with it, but I've heard those things before. So
there's data that supports that, sir. There's data.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I've heard it before.
We're just talking. There's data.
Okay, yeah.
Caucasians are not procreating at the rate that they once were. Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. And I think that's still, I mean, again, that's a fact to it right there. That's just what the fact is. I'm not having babies like that at the same rate. But I think that also, goes in with the atonement. Like, you got to own up to what you're doing. And they're still boldly going out and being crazy. And this whole thing, again, you have, like, when people say they have fatigue, black fatigue, or like even when the guy said earlier, black people want to live around other white folks. I don't know if I necessarily want to live around other white folks. I just want to live where there's no drama.
Gotcha. So I have to take other calls. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
All right.
He's rambling. I don't mind you rambling, but you have to stop, take a break. White genetic survival. I know you worried about that. I know you worried about it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that the media has programmed and brainwashed a lot of young white people, especially post George Floyd, and they try to make it like we're living in this utopian society when it's not true. I don't think we're ever really going to get along like that. We never have. I think we can make it work. But we're always going to have problems and issues no matter what, because we come from different societies and different cultures, and certain things in some cultures are acceptable. And in other cultures, they're not acceptable. Like even this case with the Karmelo Anthony case, it proved, in the black culture, if you touch somebody, well, if you get killed, then that's okay because you touched them. In white culture, it's not acceptable to murder somebody because they touched you. So it's always going to be a class of cultures. But, as far as 2026, it's all people of color moving to white countries. That's what it is. Like they come from a nicer climate, a very beautiful country, but they're desperate to get out of there and desperate to get away from their own people and their own culture and go halfway across the world to a white country and a white culture.
Rory, can you hold on? Because we have to be real, as you and I do when we talk, offline. But just sit tight a second. I'm going to bring somebody in who has been on hold. Area code 646. Please watch the language. Have you seen the interview with Jeff Metcalf or the Anthony family? 646.
Yes, I have.
Hey
good
there.
Afternoon and good evening.
Hey, how are you?
Yes, I have. I've seen the interview.
Okay.
I've broken out a couple different pieces of the interview that related to not only the family, but in general, this political climate. I see this interview with the father as a testimony to how a parent would react to a child being murdered. I almost lost a child of mine. She survived. But I remember in that moment, I was ready to rage and go off on, I was ready to fight everybody.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie. But when you bring this climate that we're now living in, this political climate that we're now in, there's a lot of distractions going on that would, like, I'm thinking about the young man who lost his life in South Carolina, and I'm thinking about this happening now with this verdict and how timely it is that it's happening all in the same week. And I'm thinking, well, they took the voting rights away. They're doing a lot of political things. And I live in Harlem.
Okay.
So I don't have these type of issues where I have to interact with little small towns. And I mean, knowing how they operate in those small towns, I know that the Austin Metcalf's father and the DA and the prosecutor, I can understand that they're friends. I can understand.
Well, hang on a second now, because he addressed that in the interview, and he said he did not know them. He said that's... hold on. Please hold on. I let you speak. He addressed it. He said those people in that picture were not who people online were claiming them to be. I'm just saying what he said in the interview. You saw the interview, yes? He addressed it.
Well, I did. I know what he said.
Okay. Is he lying?
You know what?
Is he lying?
No, wait. I think he was speaking from his heart.
Okay.
But in my mind, too, a political aspect to this as well. I think that...
Well, I need you to answer the question first before you tell me what you think.
Okay.
He addressed it in the interview. He said he doesn't know the judge, never met them.
I don't believe him.
All
right. No.
Okay. Well, so he's lying.
I don't believe him.
He's lying.
I think he's lying.
Okay. Continue.
I think he's lying.
Okay.
I think he is.
He might be, but I just wanted you...
you know what? Honestly...
Darling, we're talking on top of each other. Please let's not do that. Let's have a conversation.
All right.
But he did address it. Continue.
He did address it, and I don't believe that.
Okay.
Honestly, I think that, if I heard from his mom, I think that I would believe more of the fact that of his mom if she spoke out rather than him. I don't know what role he played in his son's life, but I don't believe him. I don't. And the way things are looking, how they're unfurling as far as this town is concerned, it looks like there's a lot of dirt that is going to be uncovered, especially with this Collins County DA, Greg Willis, who actually was facing some accusations a couple years ago.
Charges.
Actually harassing staff.
Charges.
Yeah, sexually harassing staffers.
Yeah. But hold on a second, because you said you watched the interview, and then you said you don't know what role he played in the boys' lives. He spoke about I watched the whole thing and I listened. Sarah Fields, her podcast is called JinxedSip, JINXED SIP podcast. He spoke about, even though they were divorced from the mother of the boys, he lived minutes away. So he said he was always there. That's the relationship that he spoke about. Did you catch that part?
I did. Well, honestly,
you don't believe him.
In my mind,
you don't believe him.
I don't. Okay. I don't believe him. Okay. I don't believe him. And you know what? Apparently, I think he's lying, bro. Okay. There's a lot of men who live like 2 doors down from kids that they had with other women that they don't see. I'm just saying that, I think he's lying.
Okay.
I think he's lying, and I think there's more to it.
Okay. Before you go, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Is Karmelo Anthony guilty? Should he be in prison, or should he not do any jail time?
Oh, this is great. This is great, because we have to look at his past behavior, right? I think of Kyle Rittenhouse.
No, dear. No, please, we're not staying on topic here. Based upon the evidence and what we have, should he be doing any jail time? Is he guilty of murder? It's a very straight question.
No. I think he's guilty of manslaughter.
Okay.
If you look at the law, it's not intentional. He did not kill this young man with the intent to kill him. I think it's manslaughter.
Okay.
If anything, he should do at least 7 years.
Okay. Before you go, you sound like a knowledgeable woman. I'm saying we need to support and stand with Big Tigger. I don't think that's his character. I don't think that's how he has ever moved about. What say you, Big Tigger? You know the name. Come on.
Yeah, Big. You know what? Here's the problem. We are always attracted to the person's outer appearance when we see them, on TV or whatever. But we don't know how people move in private, so we don't know. We don't know. I think that, given all the facts of the matter, he's moving real messy. He's a messy nigga. So guess what?
Darling, I don't know where you're going. Do you have any proof to which the accusations or his wife was alluding to, tagging Francesca and then saying on social media for people to ask him? Is that acceptable to you, or do you want to see
it's not.
receipts?
No, it's not acceptable.
I want to see receipts. Don't just try to kick a man's back and whether you think he's
you know what?
messy or not.
You're right. No, you're right. You're right.
All right.
We should never kick a man's back in. However, we should never think of the person who is in front of us that is presenting themselves to us in an entertainment platform to believe that they're perfect.
Okay. I thank you for the call, dear. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Area code 949. Please watch the language. We're talking about the interviews with the Anthony family and Jeff Metcalf. Are you there? 949.
Hey, Star, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, Star, how you doing? Kirk Taylor.
Hey, man.
Hey, look. Yeah. Okay. As far as Mr. Jeff Metcalf is concerned, to me, he's a piss poor dad. He did not raise his sons right. There are police reports where he engaged in domestic violence against his own family. He's a convicted sex offender. And he thinks
I don't know that to be true, sir. I did see him in the interview.
Oh, no.
Hang on, sir, because you just can't call my show and say anything. He addressed.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay,
that's documented, sir.
Well, can you send me, please? Let's not talk on top of each other. Send me the link right now. Here's my email address. He addressed the allegations of being a quote unquote sex offender. He said that's not true. If it were true, he would have had to have registered. So please continue without mentioning his records unless you have it in front of you. Please.
Okay. All right. Now, once again, he's a piss poor dad. Those kids were trained in the art of MMA, of mixed martial arts.
Okay.
Karmelo was jumped. There's evidence that the court suppressed. There's footage that the court suppressed where there is footage where he was jumped. Okay? And they suppressed that.
Can you send me the link to the footage, sir? Send me the footage, please.
Okay.
Please.
I can do that.
I'm going to put you on hold. Hang on. I'm not, trying to get you off the line. There's my email address. Send me what you have so we can have this conversation, because everything you're saying now is kind of like it's after the fact now. We're talking about what has been said during the interviews. I'm going to put you on hold. Send me what you got. I'll come right back. Here's a comment I like. There's a video of the Metcalf brothers flying through the air to get Karmelo. Folks, you can send me links to the videos that you're talking about. This is the objective perspective. You can voice your opinions or your theories. But with regards to what we have now, a conviction, a sentencing, and all this after the fact stuff, I mean, we have to look at what we have, otherwise it just starts to sound crazy. Let me go to area code 619. Hey there, good evening. Please watch the language. 619, are you there?
Yeah, here, Star.
Hey.
I'll keep it short.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good.
I don't have a problem with, I saw
a part of the interview. I don't have a problem with anything the father said.
Okay.
And it took me a while to get to this point. I'm 50, but it took me a while to understand that I don't have a problem with racism. Racism has been here since the beginning of any type of organized civilization, and it basically wasn't based on race. If you go back to ancient history, Greece, Rome, Sumerians, Persians, it was just different cultures.
Yeah.
And the need for resources, and it was based on that. So, I mean,
a class system as well. Class system as well.
Yeah, exactly. A class system as well. Yeah. So a lot of the same colors enslaved their own people. So it's not, I don't have a problem with it at all. And I won't get on a soapbox about I'm FBA.
Right.
I'll just say it's consequences for its consequences. If you do something, you should expect the consequence. Unfortunately, that young man made he made a costly mistake.
Bad decision.
Consequence.
Bad decision.
Yeah, he made a bad decision. But in life, you shouldn't expect someone else to. You shouldn't expect them to coddle you because you made a bad decision. And we shouldn't. I don't think we should. I don't think we should really support him that way. There's other ways to support him, but not to say that, hey, it's okay for you to take a life and then we just gonna chalk it up and use race as an excuse. Because if the other guy was black, I don't think we'd even be having a conversation. If Austin Metcalf was black, it wouldn't be a conversation.
Can I jump in?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not turning my back on Karmelo Anthony, but at the same time, I'm not just aligning myself with him because he's melanated and I'm melanated, A lot of these stories that I've given over the decades and a lot of these situations that are presented before us, the public, we have to look at them, if you ask me, for the most part, as teachable moments. I'm not glad Karmelo Anthony, made the decision that he made. That would be insensitive towards Austin's life, who was cut short. But at the same time, we have to try and teach other young people, hey, these are the repercussions of overreacting. Are you a father yourself?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Okay. Do you want to say how old your beautiful life force or forces are?
Yeah, I have three. I have three kids. I say all from one mother, but two. My oldest boy is 28, and then he has a sister. She's 26, and then my youngest is 24.
Right. You're much more knowledgeable in this type of situation than I. Listen, over the decades, friends and family, they know I'm not going to visit, nor have I ever gone to visit anybody in the penitentiary or the county. If you get yourself in there, get yourself out, or get yourself a special friend, and work it out. I'm silly. But go ahead, speak to the young people with regards to avoiding a situation if they can. I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, it would have been best for that young man to avoid that situation.
Yeah.
I really don't know the details. I've heard he got jumped. I heard that he started it. Yeah. And I know how it can be when you're young. And then Rory touched on something. It's a difference in culture. So, what may be acceptable for us may not be acceptable for another culture. But I don't think he intentionally meant to kill that guy. But sometimes it's really not worth it. It's just better to walk away. FBAs, and I'm going to say specifically.
Listen, that sounds hot, but could you imagine, again, I don't do hypotheticals. What if Karmelo would have started walking away and then Austin would have gave him a rabbit punch. Bow, and don't bring your black ass over here. Bow. You know the rabbit punches. It's a punch in the back of the head.
Yeah.
And don't bring your black ass over here.
Yeah, no, we not.
Then what?
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, you get on you get on his rectum. That's what you do. You
pause.
How you gonna take it? But you don't let anybody put their hands on you. But stabbing him, I heard a guy I heard a guy yesterday, I think, or the other day. He said, he carried knives, and I carried knives too. And he said something very important. You didn't have to stab him in the chest.
Wow.
You could have hit him in the arm. Yeah. You could have hit him. You could have hit him just to get him off.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda, sir. In a situation like that, when your adrenaline is going and your blood's pumping, you never know. But hey, I appreciate the call.
I agree. Yeah, salute.
You never know. Shit gets to moving fast. Or anybody want to admit if you've ever been in a shootout? Everything slows down. You're breathing. You can damn near hear yourself breathing. Everything is moving slower. Bow. It's almost like the Matrix. Bow, bow. It's not funny. Scary as hell. Stacy Glore, thank you for being a sponsor. As always, earn extra income from any city you reside or visit. 21 years of age and older. www.stacyglore.com/business. Okay. Oh, here's the homie. Gangster of Love. Good to hear from you, sir. Have you seen the interview with Jeff Metcalf talking crazy?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Star. I did. I actually emailed it to you. I don't know if you got it from me, but I'm pretty sure you got it from somebody. But I did email it to you. I wanted to discuss it.
Thank you. Please.
So first off, I wanted to point out that Austin Metcalf's dad is your typical white Christian. That's your typical white man that runs around here saying that he was raised around black people. I'm not racist, but everything he displayed, everything that he was saying contradicted that, and he also did something that I noticed white people do not do. He did not take no accountability for what his son, quote, started. It's documented that Austin came down from the stands and put his hands on Karmelo Anthony. The number one rule of engagement where I come from and how I was raised is keep your hands to yourself and mind your own goddamn business. So if you look at it from how I was raised, and I know white boys that was raised the same.
Well, hang on a second. I can appreciate your passion, Gangster of Love, but now I have since learned, and I think Rory said this first yesterday, correct me if I'm wrong, Austin was given permission or told by the coach to regulate or you're in charge of the tent. Did you hear that? Is that a fact or no?
Okay, so I did hear that. I heard it from Rory, but I didn't hear that from any confirmed authority.
I got it from a couple of people. A couple of people. I'll look in the live chat. Go ahead.
Okay. We'll let's just say we'll run with that. Come on. If that is the case, and Austin was a 4.0 student, which means he's, quote, smart, what should have been the next thing he should have done? He should have got a person of authority and not took it upon himself if he was so well-mannered. But his dad said it himself that he played football because he had anger issues. And if anybody's ever grew up around white boys, when they start lifting weights, putting on a little bit of muscle, they think they tough. You know what I'm saying? And Austin was a big dude. I'm 6'1". I'm lean muscle. I'm not swole. So I've dealt with white boys thinking they tough and can run up on you. I can tell you how that whole situation went down, Star.
Can I jump in, Gangster of Love? Can I jump in? I appreciate you. Okay, I just Googled, according to AI Overview, yes, Austin Metcalf was given explicit instructions by his coach to be in charge of the tent. His head track coach and Memorial High School testified that he had texted Austin on the morning of the event. Go ahead.
Okay, we all run with that. Austin had permission to run the tent, but he didn't have permission to put his hands on anybody, and anybody with an equanimous point of mind knows that you do not put your hands on anybody. Who are you? You're not an authority. You're not my father. You're not my mother. You don't put your hands on me. I don't care what you say. Right. And if you're smart, go get an authority. Go get a teacher, but don't put your hands on me. You don't run me. You don't own me.
I'm listening. Yeah, I'm here. I'm hearing you. Well,
I'm just keeping it real. Listen, Star, if you ask white folks who is the cause of people selling drugs, guess what they're going to tell you? They're going to tell you black people are the reason for selling drugs. But if you go ask a firefighter when he gets to a firefight, what is his main objective to do? It's to find the source of that fire. And guess what? It's got to start or somewhere else. Your favorite thing to say about FBAs, and I'm saying this respectfully, but we don't own nothing. We don't. So if you take what you just said, hey, the source has to start with you guys. You guys bring the drugs into the country. Okay. And then you also have to factor in, cause and effect. If you don't put your hands on me, I don't have to go to my bag and jug you. And listen, I'm a righteous person. I do not think that Karmelo stabbed him purposely in his chest to kill him. I think he just got a lucky stab and he killed him. But like yesterday,
hang on a second, Gangster Love. Again, I hear the passion in your voice, and I appreciate you, man. You've got a beautiful family. And listen, you live swell. I'm not trying to put your business out there. You live swell, but does anybody like Karmelo Anthony live near you?
Right now, yes, I'm downgraded. I don't live in the affluent suburbs now because I'm just living in a regular neighborhood.
Oh, you've downgraded.
But
you've downgraded.
I downgraded. You know, Gangsta Love, I'm real. I go through financial struggles too because I got a lot of money that go out, and I'm trying to spend more time with my family. Okay. But let me put it to you like this: at the end of the day, keep your hands to yourself. Take accountability for what you do. Black people, I can't say all of us, but I can tell you this. If you put your hands on me in the right situation and you don't know how I'm feeling that day, man, you might get a reaction that you never thought. Okay. But my first response is to move around because you don't know what a person is going through that day. Okay. So I just wanted to say that. I appreciate you for always taking my call, Star,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Salute.
If
you like it, I love it. I'm out.
Okay. Gangs of love. There he is, my number one news correspondent, Gene Richmond, a.k.a. number 9.
The also known as the shaman of sensationalism, the cult of personality.
Yes, sir.
On the Star Report. I love it.
Good to hear from you.
Every last bit of it. Not uniting the races at one point at all.
No, sir.
No uniting, but dividing.
That's a whole fact.
Yes. But I do want to say that Austin Metcalf's father has every place to express himself openly. His emotions will shift from the highs to the lows. That video you played, I'm sure, if I'm a betting man, I'm sure he had a couple of rounds of what his favorite libation is before he went on. He lost a child who will never be back in the physical form in this life ever again. He has every right to express himself.
Okay.
But that's also indicative of something even deeper. Black people got a problem, I always say, and the younger black element in America has the biggest problem. The young man that's in prison now, Angelo, is going to have to, like you said, think about this, play in his mind over and over again every time he opens his eyes and he's in that cell every morning, week after week, month after month, year after year. He's going to open his eyes, close his eyes, and he's in that cell. And again, it's going to play over and over. But the reality is that black people got a problem, and what they're saying, free him and all this kind of nonsense. He murdered someone, and he was convicted of it. It was murder, and he got lucky and got a sentence that will give him time in prison, but he'll be able to come out and live his life to continue on, and hopefully he's learned from it. But like I said, Metcalf's father, I believe, has every right to express himself in every way possible because he's earned that right. I mean, this is not something you want to earn. but that's his right. And I think, and I agree with his stance, and I agree with everything he said about that black family. And I also agree that black people got a problem. And just because somebody put their hand.
Let me jump in for a second, please. Black people are not a monolith. And the way he's talking, Jeff Metcalf, it reminds me of people from my generation. He's in his 40s. I'm damn near 20 some odd years older than him. It's not surprising to see how he's talking. But you're right. He has the right to say what he's saying as long as he doesn't start making threats. However, do you think, can you imagine in any way, shape, or form that the sentencing was excessive? 35 years.
No, I think the sentencing was spot on. There are people who said he should have got life without parole. Nick Fuentes said he should have got the death penalty, and all his followers agreed. So it could have been a lot more excessive. You know, they could have gave him 65 years, 55 years, 45 years. I think 35 lands, and with an opportunity to gain parole after 17 and a half years. He could be released in 17 and a half years, depending on the way he comports himself and conducts himself throughout his prison sentence. So, and what, in 17 years, he'll be late 30s? You can still have a life coming out of prison in your late 30s. So, you know, I think, you know, it was just. I think for the scenario, I think for the outcome, I think it was a just sentence. Because if you give him a life sentence, then what example will be made? You can show that some black kid can go out stabbing white kids, and you're not going to pay the price for it? I don't think so. White kids, YNs out there killing each other like 90 going north already. So you can't come into a white community and do that and think it's like killing the rest of these niggas. You killed a white boy. And there's a price to pay for that. Because once upon a time, he would have the town, Boss Hogg and the rest of the town and Cooter and all them would have hung him from a tree.
Is the value of a white life more than a black life, Gene Richmond?
Depends on the sweat equity. I think blacks got better sweat equity in prison, so that the prison value was a lot better. So it's good to send them up the river, so to speak. I think sweat equity supersedes any form of value because you become labor for the state. I think sweat equity means more valuable than any color of life. You know, that good sweat.
Not to go back because you and I are friends, but you were quoted one time on one of my shows from, I don't know, maybe a decade ago. You said that slavery was a necessary evil. Yes?
I did. I got that from the great Jesse Lee Peterson, my friend. But I did expand on that.
He didn't say it like that. No, he didn't say it like that. We were having a discussion, and I was throwing some theories at you, and you squirmed a little bit, but then you just came out. You were very direct. You said, yes, it's a necessary evil.
Yeah, it was needed. I mean, biblically, there was slavery. Slavery has been a practice since the beginning of time in every major empire and every groups of people throughout the ages. You have some certain forms of slavery that exist today in our society. Slavery was a necessary evil to create forms of advancement, to bring people to certain parts of the world that they would have never experienced, and also to cultivate land and societies. So I think it was an unfortunate element throughout time, but look what it's given us. It's given us civilized blacks. It's given us cultivated societies, and it's given certain people power. Okay. So, was it that bad?
Any thoughts, any comments on Big Tigger? I'm saying we need to support him. This man has never shown anything, to my knowledge, like what he's being accused of. And, you know, this is a different day and time. People just can't jump up on social media, say things, and then ask for people to respect the privacy. And I'm talking about his wife. She sent a statement to Lauren LaRosa, that's how you say her name, at the Breakfast Club, asking people to just respect her privacy. Now, after she posted this video and then took it down, Big Tigger, please.
I think he's innocent. I just didn't think something like that was indicative of his character.
No.
And a guy like that's got too much to lose. The guy's got a 30-year career. He's evolved. He's built his career to get to where he is. I think he's a lot more smarter than that, than to go do something that heinous. I mean, this is a guy who's worked with children and worked with people from all different communities and things of that nature. He's a brand, and he's a part of an organization, and he's been a part of organizations.
Right. A pillar in the community. Pillar.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The guy has worked to get to where he is. He's put the work in. And I think he's smart enough to understand if he goes out putting a domestic violence stunt, I think, he knows that something like that would end him. He'd lose the show. He'd lose all the endorsements and all the business connections that he has. I think there's a lot more. I mean, allegedly, this woman has a missing child somewhere that hasn't been found from years ago.
Yeah, I didn't want to get into that, but one of her ex baby daddies, or maybe an ex-husband, I don't know, was on Tasha K's platform. Guys, go to Unwind with Tasha K. Tasha K was taking a couple of days off or something, and she had a cup of coffee interviewing this guy, and he was telling everything.
These high yellow women, you can't trust them. The high yellow ones are the worst. The high yellow ones are the worst.
Yeah.
They're the worst ones. I think there's a lot more to this story. And I think this woman is. We need to check her mental health capability because something isn't right.
Yeah.
So
good to talk to you, man.
It's always a pleasure. Great show.
Yes, sir. Thank you. G in Richmond. All right, Patrice, I got your donation. Thank you so much. Okay. I was going to post somebody's comment on the screen, but my name is with one R, not two R's. That was a good comment. Come on, get it together. Anyway, guys, that is one of the best litigation lawyers I have worked with and come in contact with. That is Legally Shay. That's her website right there. Reach out to her for consultations. She doesn't do free consultations, but in terms of any strategy, self-defense, or if you need to initiate a lawsuit, that's who you want to speak to. She can practice in multiple states. She's based in Massachusetts, but Legally Shay, tell her I sent you. I'm not sure if she's in the live chat or not, but I highly, highly recommend her. I worked with her, and she's a beast when it comes to case law. Let me just say that, okay? James, I got your donation. Thank you very much. Black people definitely have a problem. It's white people. Okay, is that what you're saying? It cut off. Okay. Thank you for your support. Barrington, I got your donation. Jahar Malik got 17 years for stabbing her boyfriend. Okay. Who is that? I know that name. Let me Google this person sent it a donation. I'm not. Okay, teen killer learns fate after deadly knife attack on boyfriend. Okay. Okay, that was back in 2024. I'm sure we spoke about that, but thank you for your contribution, Barrington, okay? Julian, I got your donation. Please take my call. Where are you, sir? Area code 713. Thank you for your patience. Is that Julian?
Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Where do you want to start?
Hey, man, I'm going there, man. I'm going there tonight, man. Karmelo Anthony is a freedom fighter.
Come on.
I'm going there, man. I don't know why we were sitting around handling this, talking about, oh, he shouldn't have did this. He didn't have to. He could have poked them in the arm. Crackers been swinging you niggas from trees, swung you niggas from trees for damn near 300 years, and because this cracker
over 500 in this country, to be precise, over 500. But go ahead.
Yeah, over 500 years, you niggas was swinging from trees. Y'all niggas crying and weeping for this cracker. Star, you always said don't shed no tear for no cracker. And we got niggas in here trying to be sympathetic with this cracker because he ran up on this this young kid about a goddamn 10. You know how crackers are, Star. They always
He ran up on the right one.
the wound.
Not
He
the
won't get
wrong
away.
one, the right one.
Guess what, Star? He won't run nowhere else. His ass is mega juice now. Yeah, I'm going there tonight, Star. I'm going there. Yeah.
Well, hang on a second. Can I interject something here? You're entitled to your opinion, But now, do you think if he would have stabbed 3 or 4 crackers, then he would be a freedom fighter? He got the big white boy off of him, but he didn't move like he had an agenda. So we can't say that this was intentional. I don't think it was intentional. Do you think if he was
I don't think it was
2 or 3?
Yeah. I mean, if he would have got the brother too, that would have been a plus. But
oh my God,
yeah, 2 for 1. Yeah, 2 for 1. But here's the thing, I don't understand. I don't understand his lawyers. Y'all let these people have an all-white jury in 2026.
Well, hang on now. You had a couple of Mexicans and a couple of Asians, so it wasn't like white.
So
I mean,
you know them.
Hold on. Phenotypically, they were white, but they were of different cultures, not just Euro trash or redneck, so to speak. Go ahead.
Star, you know them pan faces ain't got no love for niggas.
That's a fact.
We just had a pan face. You got a pan face down here in Columbia, South Carolina. Just shot a nigga in the back and got off.
Free my nigga Rick Chow. Free Rick Chow.
Yeah, for real. Rick Chow was back at the store. You feel me? I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's just. I mean, it's, in all seriousness, it's a horrible situation. But I would tell any other young kid, black, white, Puerto Rican, Chinese, if you find yourself in that situation, as best you can, try to avoid it. Try to avoid the situation.
I'm glad you're saying all that because listen, we can we control and have fun, but I appreciate you saying try to avoid it because a lot of times a young person can throw their life away. I've always you sound like a man of a certain age. Yes, no?
Yes, sir. I'm 43 years old.
Okay. You and I have learned, for the most part, I would assume, by way of trial and error, gotten out of situations or, learned what not to do. It's sad that Karmelo, has learned at such a young age. And now, if you ask me, I don't say this to sound funny, he's probably going to be a prison wife. But at the same time, Austin Metcalf will never walk the planet again. But go ahead and land your plane. I appreciate the call.
Yeah, no, I'll say in closing, man, hey, man, again, young people, let this be a lesson to you. Try to avoid situations, especially when dealing with those crackers, because, those crackers will come up and put that cracker hand on you, like they're trying to tame some type of beast. So try to avoid them at all costs. Okay. And, stay out of trouble, man. Star, thank you for taking my call.
Yes, sir. Salute. Area code 813. Good evening. Please watch the language. Are you there, 813? Yes, no,
Hi, good evening.
Hey.
How are you, sir? Thank you for taking my call.
I'm good. Who's this?
This is Chiquita. I'm calling from Florida, but I am born and raised in New York.
Okay. Good to hear from you.
So I'm calling regarding the Metcalf and the Anthony family situation.
Okay.
My heart goes out actually to both families. One reason for the young man that lost his life and the young man that went to jail. I think we're getting lost in the story. I think for these young men to be so little and young to lose their lives is just awful. And as a mom, I feel for both families.
I'm listening.
So I just think that the bad talking from the black side, I think, is horrible. And I think from the white side, I think it's horrible. We're getting lost that both these young men could have been great at men, but because of the friction of a tent, these both young people are not here anymore, basically.
Yeah, I mean, this we know, respectfully. How old are you, roughly? You don't have to say your exact age, but are you a woman of a certain age?
Oh, I'm almost 50.
Okay. And what state do you reside in? Don't say your county. What state do you reside in?
Florida.
Okay. Do you feel more sympathy for the deceased white teen? Keep it real. Keep it real.
I do in some regard, because I feel like the young man, Anthony, shouldn't have stabbed that boy. Back in our day, we fought one-on-one. So for you to have to feel like you got to protect yourself with a knife, I think that was like a punk move. I don't think that he should have been able to do that, especially on school grounds. If you have a problem with the young man, fight him. But you shouldn't have had to stab him for him to lose his life.
You're from New York, you say?
I am.
With all due respect, a lot of people in New York are liars, They've been shooting, fighting, and stabbing since the days of sheepskin coats, plaid pants, suede pumas. Niggas had zip guns in the 70s. Niggas and Hispanics have always had guns, knives, switchblades. Hold on. The 007, huh? Somebody was always getting sliced, stabbed, running off the train, leaking. So come on, all that shooting affair when that sounds hot. But you
right.
feel,
but I did.
Well, I'm not trying to be right, but I'm just saying you're an older woman now, and you're down there in Florida living good. Yes, you're no longer in the hood. You've leveled up, so to speak.
Yes.
Yeah. So you feel for that white boy. He had his whole future ahead of him, and Karmelo just,
so did the black young man.
Well,
I feel for the black young man too, for the family to move out of a black predominantly.
Karmelo didn't have a 4.0. What did he have?
Well, I mean, he had a nice GPA. I mean, in order for them to move to Texas, they were trying to present a good life for him. So he threw it away by a bad mistake.
Yeah. Well, what's the average GPA for somebody like Karmelo Anthony at this point in time? Because with all due respect, they say that black women are the most educated group in America. The most educated group. But in reality, the standardized tests and all this other stuff and the degrees, it's not the same standards. So, we don't know where Karmelo was headed. I mean, he may have wanted to be a rapper. We're just talking. I'm just talking.
I mean, yeah, you're right. You have a point there, but I'm saying as for the family, for them to move and uproot him from where they lived at to Texas, that means they try to provide a better life for him. I mean, I feel bad for them because they put the effort in, and now it's basically a waste because now they're getting threatened, and it's just turned into something awful regarding the track meet. And as a parent, I can feel it. So I just, that's why I called in. I feel real bad for both sides of the families.
I think his family made the wrong choice by moving around all them goddamn white folk, leaving wherever they were. What was it?
Yeah,
Louisiana? Right. Sometimes you got to stay around your own. Is that fair to say?
You're right. If you're not going to have a proper conversation or a proper talk with your son, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You did your family an injustice. So you're right.
I appreciate the call. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye now. Area code 984. Good evening. Please watch the language. Are you there? 984.
Hey, good evening, Star. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How about yourself? Where do you want to start?
I'm doing well. I just want to be honest here, right? I keep hearing the blacks saying, keep your hand to yourself, keep your hands to yourself, right? But when their little mophead sons run down on somebody, not keeping their hands to themselves, and they get, whatever poked up or smoked or whatever the case may be, then these same blacks saying, keep your hands to yourself is screaming, you didn't have to do that. That was my baby. So which one is it?
if you're saying keep your hands to yourself, this won't happen, is it across the board or is it just for when the blacks do something?
You make a good point. I don't have the answer. Are you a father?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You would know better than me. You know, I truly believe that young black girls, more so than the boys, you have to tell them, hey, don't be just, putting hands on people because, I mean, whether it's social media, the propaganda or not, little black girls pull up and get right to it. Do they not?
I mean, I guess so. Like, I don't raise my children to socialize with those people.
I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying if you look at social media, well, I've known this for decades, long before social media. Little black girls pull up on each other, bitch, let's fight, and they get right to it. Whereas the boys sometimes do a whole lot of talking. So I think there's validity to what they say. Keep your hands to yourself because certain cultures handle things differently. I don't know anything about your kids, where you're from, but there's certain cultures who are more so looking to set it off. So shall we say, I'm gonna come down in, shoot that place up. Go ahead.
And listen, Star, I'm from Brooklyn, born and raised.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I live in North Carolina right now.
Okay.
But I'm from Brooklyn, born and raised. That's why I left being around those people.
Right.
Because I don't want to deal with a bunch of pull up and all of that. I don't got time for that. I'm a 41-year-old man raising children. I don't got time for all of that.
But they do.
I think.
But they do, sir.
Well, and that's why they get called watermelon felons.
You're right.
Right? Listen, I think.
Stay with me. Hey, Dawn. Yeah, Dawn. That's what they say, bitch. It's on site. When somebody says it's on site, you better put your hands up when you see them. It's on site. Good. I'm sorry. You're saying, go ahead.
Yeah. I think the Metcalf dad, he said what he felt, and guess what? If he wasn't racist, he should be racist now, right? For the entire time I've been watching this, all the things that the blacks are saying, all the things, egregious things, making up all kind of story, right? What's the lady was saying? There was a caller you had. What was she saying? He's a liar. He's a liar. He's a liar.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the egregious things they say, stories they make up, things they do. And then as soon as somebody says the N-word, oh, it's the end of the world, they're crying.
You're right.
So, yeah, listen, he was justified in calling him a watermelon felon. I'm here for it. 35 years, listen, you can't walk around stabbing people. I don't know what the blacks thought was going to happen. You're going to go to jail. I don't get it, Star. I don't get these people.
You sound like a knowledgeable man. You're from Brooklyn, born and raised before you moved down to the Carolinas?
Yes, sir. Born and raised.
Okay.
My entire life.
Okay. But now
I did vote for Trump.
Okay.
Someone in your chat said Cole voted for Trump. Yes, I did.
Okay. But now, I would imagine that even though you haven't lived in the quote unquote slums or the hood or whatever, whatever it's called now, you still have certain reactions to certain things that will always stay with you. I mean, if somebody comes up on you and just, hypothetically speaking, slaps you mistakenly, thinks you're somebody else, you're not just going to take that slap and say, oh, it was a mistake. Okay. You're not going to do that. Not New York niggas.
Well, no. You're not going to just walk up and slap me. It's going to be a problem, but I don't think I'm going to immediately go to stabbing you. You know what I mean? Like, I got to, we got to throw them hands.
Right. Okay.
Come on, that's crazy.
I appreciate it.
And listen, man, I grew up in East Flatbush.
Okay.
I know what it's like.
Yeah.
But anyway, Star, thanks for having me, man.
Yes, sir. Salute. Thank you. Is that Al tapping in from Little Haiti, area code 786? Al.
Hey, what's going on, Star? Appreciate the show topic.
Yes.
I tried to. I just was having dialogue with the missus, and I was compelled to call. Let me first say Karmelo is fortunate that he didn't get the death penalty, first and foremost. From my opinion, I believe that it was premeditated from the conversation that he had with the attacker. Once you tell somebody, put your hands on me and see what happens, you already have an intent to defend yourself to the utmost. And what I mean to the utmost, meaning that however it plays out, it plays out. When you pull a weapon out, especially a knife, brass knuckle, bat, and you attack the head or puncture the lungs or internal organs, that's a death blow, first and foremost. So with that being said, he's fortunate he didn't get the death penalty. Now, I'm not condoning what the $5 Indian was talking about, aka his father. I'm not condoning what he was saying because he was speaking from.
Hold on a second. Hold on. For those who don't know what you're talking about, because I only played the interview one time, he said that the family was Native American and they had their Indian cards. So
Indian cards, correct.
Native American status. Go ahead.
Right. So right now he's already pushing this propaganda and this image that, he's a native of the land. Now, we all know how these liberals can be. We all know some of them already called the line already, whether they were and I want to be mindful with this statement. The misandrous approach that one female took by going after Tigger, going after Metcalf's father, I feel that she hate men totally because she couldn't even be accountable with her stance, first and foremost. Now, I can be objective and say I'm pro-black to the utmost, but what Karmelo did, he should have just took the ass whooping, straight up. Now you got to fight for your life for the next 30 years. Now, if you're not willing to take an ass whooping from a linebacker, you got to take an ass whooping from all type of gangs now, whether they're black, white, other, whatever the case may be. Now you have to align yourself with protection. You don't come from a wealthy, well-off family to pay for that protection like John Gotti did. If Gotti got to pay for protection and he's a leader of a crime family, what makes you think that this black boy would not have to pay for protection? Now let's go into some dialogue.
Come on.
When Metcalf approached him, because he was in charge of the pavilion or the canopy, whatever the case may be. His coach left him in charge, meaning that he was from my understanding, from my research, he was a captain. Now, we all know how white boys can be if you ever play sports against them. They're dirty and they feel a certain way when they have some size on them. And respect to Gangsta of Love, when he said that when white boys get some size on them, they feel entitled to say certain things. The private conversations that was held in the home from the father, and you can see from his stance by saying, you people, certain comments that these Caucasians say. I'm not going to get into no racial stance and say crack of this, crack of that. We all know what it is, so we don't even have to get to that point.
If I can jump in real quick, Al,
Go with it.
My beautiful Geechee family from North Carolina, I learned so much from them in the early 70s when I used to go down there and spend time in Durham. And they would say things, and sometimes I would laugh and smile, but as life went on, what they said rang true to me. Certain things like, the apple don't fall too far from the tree, or my grandmother used to say, as the clouds part, the sky shows its true colors. Now, they were Geechee, and I loved them, and I appreciate their Geechiness, if you will. And with regards to, the apple not falling too far from the tree, I can't prove it, and I'm not saying this to be malicious, but I'm agreeing with you that, Austin may have had a little something to him where he felt he could talk down to Karmelo. Not that warranted being stabbed, but I still don't know. Do you know, or does anybody else know? Did Austin see the knife? Did Karmelo brandish the knife? Did he pull it out so that Austin could see it? That's what I still don't know if he pulled the knife out and Austin actually saw it, or did he just get hit and never saw it coming?
From my research, when he was approached by Metcalf to leave the canopy,
okay,
he was told, and I don't know if it was, well, let's just say multiple times before the altercation happened. He was instructed multiple times to leave the canopy, regardless of the inclement weather, regardless of the person that you known under the canopy. It wasn't you wasn't associated with no one in there. It wasn't your school canopy. It wasn't your canopy to be under, first and foremost. If somebody comes and tell you, hey,
Al, I hate to cut you short. I got all that. But did Austin see the knife? Did he?
He didn't. From reports show that he did. Reports show that he didn't see the knife. He felt the blade. So I mean, I'm not.
I don't mean to intrude. That may have been a reason why they say, you know what, he didn't even see it coming. Let's give you an extra. Let's give you an extra 15 years on top of what on what we were planning to give. Here's another 15. If he didn't even see the knife.
And that's the thing. He didn't see the knife, and he just collapsed. They said they saw the body collapse. He died in his twin brother's arm, and he should have just blacked out. Karmelo should have just blacked out and gave it to the brother as well, because at that moment you already convicted of murder. This is Texas we're talking about. This is a state that believes in corporate punishment to the utmost. Now, I'm not. And I feel sympathetic for Karmelo because I see myself in him. But I would never be as reckless to pull out a weapon. I would just take the beating, because at the end of the day, beatings build character. You would know better next time. Now you'll be sitting in a jail cell thinking about those 8 seconds that ruined your life. I enjoyed the show topic. I'll be in the background listening.
Thank you, man. Salute. I wouldn't have taken the beating. I'd have hauled ass. I've told you this before. My older brother, boy, I knew to get in the goddamn win because he just unmerciful. We get up at it. Hey, Robin, I got your donation. Thank you, darling. Robin says, thank you for taking my call. Here to support. You are appreciated. I like your picture and your hat. Thank you so much. Okay. Well, no, Blade. I'm not going to talk about shootings from the past. I beat the case. Thank you for your donation. Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt Al, but I also heard that wasn't true. He didn't die in his brother's arms, right? They were saying that at first. There's a whole lot of confusion and back and forth, but either way, the prosecution knew how to get in there and get the results that they ultimately got. Kendrick Lamar, supposedly, Rihanna, 50 Cent, Cardi B, and there's somebody else is already committed to spending money for legal defense for Karmelo Anthony's appeal. I believe he belongs in prison for killing someone, but I don't know what his appeal may or may not look like. Area code 318, good evening. Please watch the language. We're having a discussion about the interviews with the Metcalf father and the Anthony family. Are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm good.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, yeah, that's definitely what I want to talk about. And speaking on some of the past few calls you had, man, I just been hearing a lot of, I don't know how people get into these opinions, but I can speak just specifically on what I think about the outcome of the verdict and all like that.
Okay. Come on.
And basically, what I look at it on, if the guy, this how I look at it. If Karmelo told Metcalf what he said, that I got something for you if you come towards me, something like that, right?
I don't want to put words that were not said.
For sure, yeah, that's right. Yeah, if we ain't got the facts, let's not say
He said, touch me and find out. I don't think he said I got something for. I don't think he said that. But go ahead.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's the exact quote. Now, see, in my mind, if I hear something like that, I'm going away from it. It seems like people are not really looking at the part of where Metcalf maybe should have walked away from the situation, because people still under this mindset of things might go fair. Like, you know, if you punch somebody or whatever like that, they might punch you back. Like, man, this is 2026. People is dying over any and everything. So it's like, man, we ain't got time for all that. Let me see if somebody else gonna go the extra mile. Like, if somebody speaking on more than the hands, it might just be best to walk away. So we gotta like talk about the accountability of the portion of this too. Like the fella before me that was on the phone. He was.
Well, hang on a second, so I don't want to try to remember. I don't want to try to remember what every caller said. I appreciate you calling. I want to hear what you have to say. Can I ask, how old are you and what state you coming from?
I'm 34. I'm calling from Louisiana, Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay. You know, we all say, especially old niggas from my generation, yo, I would have done this. I would have done that. All that shit sounds hot, but in the heat of the moment, sometimes, goddamn, you never know what you're gonna do. You never know how you're gonna react. Sometimes you can be high on that shit. You can be turned up on some goddamn yak. You could be smoking sherm stick, and your body doesn't do what your mind thinks it can do or should do. Can we agree on that?
No doubt. Yeah, I'm agreeing as you're talking. Yeah, go ahead.
So I just want to say that because it's hard to say what Karmelo shoulda, coulda, woulda done. He did what he did. The father's now speaking.
Not on the Metcalf side. What the Metcalf portion shoulda, woulda did. What he could have done different.
Well, he's out of here. So I mean, if you're a person,
oh yeah, for sure.
If you're a person, who,
but I'm just speaking to the specific portion. If these details are true, now if these details ain't true, you know what I'm saying? Let's throw it out the window. But if we speaking to these specific details, that if he said that to him, we need to be knowledgeable that what world we live in, man. Like we ain't got time. Listen, man, this is how I look at it.
Well, hang on a second. Stay with me. I appreciate.
Oh, go ahead.
I appreciate the call. Do you subscribe to a higher power?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. Well, then, goddamn, God's will, you don't question. So it don't matter what the white boy shoulda, coulda, woulda done. It was God's will ultimately, and I'm not trying to be funny, right or wrong.
No. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I ain't arguing that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. It's just what I'm really speaking to specifically, it's like when we start looking at like the people that's getting mad at Karmelo, like people that saying Karmelo did wrong or bad, or people that said Metcalf did wrong or bad. It's all like we kind of gotta get out of that wrong and bad mindset and just start looking at what's the best actions for this scenario, and then go with it from there. Now, if we talk about the verdict and all like that, I think the judicial system and the way they judge things and the way how people go from being convicted to getting arrested to convicted, it's just a strange little thing to me. But I think a lot of people just looking at this the wrong way when it comes to that good and bad terms. We just start looking at things of, if you want to stay alive and be breathing tomorrow, start thinking about what actions you should be making from it.
Okay. I'm listening.
Yeah, just that's pretty much to back up what I just said. That's what I'm speaking on. If those facts were true about if Karmelo uttered those words.
So I mean no disrespect, but they're asking in the live chat if you're smoking dank. Are you smoking dank?
Hey man, hey look, if it sounds,
I'm trying to follow you, but I'm just listen.
Oh no.
They spend money. They're saying start that nigga sound like he's smoking dank. Time to go. I'm just asking.
For sure.
Not trying to clown you.
No. I don't feel offended at all, and definitely not. But I expect that though. I get that in real life. So everybody ain't gonna get it. Hey, the people that's asking, they could be smoking it, but I'm definitely not.
I appreciate.
So yeah, we can play that game. Oh my.
Go salute.
All right now.
Yeah. I just asked him. Somebody sent some Skrilla in, so I asked him. I'm not trying to clown nobody. Okay, I'm watching the game. New York Knicks. Oh, the Knicks are down. It's only 8-15 first quarter. Guys, sit tight in the queue. It's very hard to say what you would have done. Being in that situation, oh my God, I've got stories on top of stories, on top of stories. Reacting a certain way. Part of the reason why I stopped going to clubs and other places, just, I think about how fortunate I am. I don't believe in luck, but how fortunate I am to have gotten out of situations. Sheesh. Area code 202. Is that the homie Crown tapping in? 202?
Nope.
Okay.
No, sir. It's Kilmo Lemonade.
Hey, what's up, man? Good to hear from you. What's going on?
Kilmo Lemonade.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Kilmo Lemonade. Yes, sir. You have the floor. Can you hear me?
Okay. So, yes, sir. I can hear you now. The reason why I called in, right, is because I'm tired of hearing people come off as if, like you said, you don't know what you'll do at the moment. And, we need to stop pretending like this isn't a F around and find out moment. Melly Mel once said, don't push me because I'm too close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. You don't be knowing what people at. You feel me? You don't know what people mind at. Okay. You don't know where they heart at. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know anything. Okay. And if somebody's telling you to leave them alone, the moral of the story is you can die. Now, I'm a man of God, and I read the Bible, and I love the word of God because it's all true and all wisdom. And you constantly see the stories in it. And see, this man, this young man, Karmelo, his life can turn around. I mean, who knows what tomorrow has to offer? This country can go into war. He can get sent. They could send the military. They could turn the inmates into the military and send them off, and promise them freedom in our victory. Who knows what could happen? So what I'm saying is, like, the real moral of the story is leave people alone, because there is no more living for that young white guy. It's over. Karmelo's story continues, and we don't want to act like it does, but it does. My mother's husband just came home from doing 31. He killed an armor truck guy, and he didn't mean to really let that trigger go, but he did out of fear. He's back. He's doing great. Yes, he's in his older age, but he's doing great. I mean, whipping the new Lincoln, all that, looking smooth. You feel me? So we got to stop pretending.
Kilmo Lemonade, can I jump in? Hypothetically speaking.
Yes, sir.
Let's say you're at Walmart. You just ran in to pick up a couple of items. You come back and you get in your car. Fly car. Ooh, plush seats. You got the skirts on, or whatever they drive now. Some toothless, raggedy white guy, maybe 300 pounds. You got your girl in the seat with you. The toothless white guy drives by your window, and he says, "Get your black ass out the way next time." What do you do? What do you do?
Because I'm a businessman and because of who I am today, that's beneath me. You feel me? Those little nigger words, that stuff is underneath me. You're toothless fat.
Your girl starts laughing. Give me lemonade. Your girl starts laughing.
We both
get your black ass out the way next time, or else.
We both start laughing. Okay. You didn't get anything yet. It didn't get real yet. You feel me? I could laugh. I done already pushed that feel inside of people before. I already know what it feels like. You feel me? My whole thing, and I'm already tested. I'm tested. I'm from DC. My whole thing.
We're just talking.
Yeah, and it's okay because I'm not bitter towards white people because I beat up too many white people.
Okay.
A lot of black people haven't beat up white people, so they're not. Their anger isn't used. I used my anger as a youth. I don't have no anger for them no more. So my whole thing is that, you know, we need to really use our wisdom, though, and really see, discernment doesn't make one side wrong at all times.
Okay,
that's not discernment. It doesn't take wisdom. You have to differentiate what is going on. You know, dissect it. You can't make Black people wrong at all times, because I'm not pro-Black in the sense of this ignoring foolishness type stuff. I'm for my people, but I don't parade the foolishness, right? But at the end of the day, one side cannot be wrong at all times. There are Satanism is dominated by white people.
Come on, Lemonade, can I jump in for a second? They're asking in the live chat if you're smoking weed.
Oh, I'm not worried about them. But
I'm just asking because they say you're, you know, I don't know. I'm just
they're the white guy who without the teeth who's 300 pounds to me.
Okay, got you.
But back to the point. I mean, listen, I think I got called nigger in Georgetown when I was driving.
Okay,
but because I parked in traffic, but I was so busy. I'm too busy for you. You feel me? I'm a nigga on the go. If I'm a nigger, I'm a nigga getting to it. If I'm a nigger.
Hey, man, I appreciate you because, hey, listen, you do support this machine, man. I'm gonna watch this game. Are you rooting for the Spurs or the Knicks before you go?
I want to see the Knicks win. I ain't gonna lie.
Nice. I appreciate the call, man.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Salute. Okay, the score is 10. The New York Knicks to 18. The Spurs. Mr. Savage got your donation. I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Okay. Appreciate your donation. Oh, wait a minute. There you are. One of my favorite people to talk to on a Saturday night. Hey, Janet. Hey, girl.
Hey, Star.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm sitting here having a beer, watching the game, and I'm talking about this Jeff Metcalf interview. Did you see it? Not that you had to. Just ask him.
Well, I seen segments of it. I didn't watch it all the way through, but I was like surprised that he said, "What's that? A watermelon felon?"
Well, he said I'm going to say something to go viral. I'm paraphrasing. He said I'm just going to say something, you know, because he was talking about how people say anything on social media. So he said it to prove a point, not that he was trying to necessarily be racist, but in order to get a reaction. And he did say during the interview that he was racist against ignorant people, to be fair.
Oh, okay. Now see how that story took on a life of its own?
Yeah.
You see, and it turned the meaning, turn on a phrase, as they used to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the olden days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I was calling because I heard someone say that the coach put Austin, may he rest in peace, in charge of the tent.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think he was 18. Was Austin 18?
Janet, you can Google it. It comes right up. He put Austin in charge of the tent. Pops right up.
Wow. So the coach is responsible. So the school is responsible for the whole thing.
Well, hang on, because he addressed that also toward the end of the interview. I'm a dropout, but I'm a great listener. 3-hour interview. There's a law in Texas where the school, let me see if I can remember, is it's a sovereign entity, if I'm remembering, and you can only get $100,000 if you sue them. So he spoke about that. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, the Anthonys need to get on that and sue because they made the environment. They caused the environment, and then with that 100,000, they should start getting some psychiatrists up there because from what I hear is that the tape, they had 2 tapes. One was 4 minutes, one was 11. The 11-minute tape shows like a crowd of people, but the 4-minute tape doesn't. So
can you send me the tapes? I have not seen them. I want to be as,
That's what I'm saying. I haven't seen them either.
Oh,
That's why I say I heard that there was an 11-minute tape and there was a 4-minute tape. So I'm hoping that they put the 11-minute tape out so it cover everything, because this is too much talking and guessing and gesturing to find out what really happened. A lot of emotions is riding on this case because we don't all know the full truth. We just want to have the truth told. Just put the tape out. If it's nothing,
okay.
If it's nothing to hide, put the tapes out. That's it. It's as simple as that.
I hear you.
But
I'm not arguing with you. I hear you. I'm not arguing with you. I hear you. Come on.
Yeah, just put the tape out. It'll settle a lot of things because we have everybody, saying this and saying that, and we just want the truth. And then now we're saying that the young man Anthony suffered from seizures and stuff like that. So how do we know he wasn't in the middle of a seizure when this happened? How we know that neither one of both boys played football, both boys were eligible to go to college because they both had 3.8 GPAs and above. So
hold on, Janet. Now, I don't remember 100%, but I think that Austin had a 4.0.
Okay, well, I say both boys had 3.8 and above GPA.
Okay.
So whoever had 3.8 is and above that will cover the 4.0.
Okay.
So they were both, intelligent. The schools were only 14 minutes away from each other. So they did have a competitive spirit. So I don't understand how they don't know each other when both boys played football and they had to play against each other.
Okay.
And the school was only 14 minutes away driving. So for them to say that they never met, that's kind of crazy. And then
well, they probably knew of each other, but not necessarily, going out to hang out together, if I had to guess. But now hold on a second, Janet. Did you see the Anthony family interview, the mother and father?
No, I did not.
Okay.
No, I just seen snippets because I be doing things sometimes during the day.
Right, I know.
And I just get the snippets. But my whole thing is this. I was just questioning because I heard some of the things that were said by some of your callers that were informative. I didn't know about the seizures. I didn't know about the coach putting the guy in charge. I didn't know these things. That's why I was calling to make sure to verify that these things are true. And I'm going to go ahead and look into it.
Well, you already know that I'm not going to let people just say any old thing because the Star Report is known for, wanting to present sources. I'm not trying to catch a lawsuit with people just rambling misinformation and attacking people. I don't do that. But now, if I can ask you about the Big Tigger allegations and accusations, according to Yahoo News, there is an official investigation going on. Last time I saw Tigger was 2005. We shook hands. Good guy. I have never, ever, ever been told, nor has anybody ever approached me about Tigger putting his hands on anyone. Stuff like that is usually a pattern or a consistent behavior. Yes, no, in your opinion?
Yes, because if they're going to hit you once, they're going to hit you twice.
Right. So I'm saying we need to support Tigger. I haven't disrespected his wife, but she has to produce proof or receipts. You're not just going to put up a video, playing in your weave. Oh my gosh, she crying with the weave and then the gray edges, and then allude to something with his co-host Francesca and ask my husband what happened, and then take it down and then say the family wants privacy. We're not doing that. Go ahead.
I heard she was trying to walk that back. But the thing is,
yes, but I'm not letting her walk it back. Not when someone who we know to be a class act, He doesn't deserve that. That's what I'm saying. We can't just let people. I don't know if she's a tether or not, but I remember when that funky, nasty tether, Corinne Stephens, was talking about him and Tyson Beckford. You know, back in those days, people didn't need any type of proof or receipts, and she was selling books. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
He should sue her. He should sue her.
Yeah, the
because
wife.
my whole thing is,
that's what I said.
Once you pee in the ocean, you can't take it back.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? And she put smut on that man's name because from what I'm seeing on social media and on the X pages, that she's trying to walk this back, and that's awful. How could you say that? Yeah. That's why I you know what? Sometimes when these females put these things on these men, these babies, these false accusations, it makes me so mad. And then none of them go to court for it. None of them being held legally responsible. We need him. Once this is all said and done, we need him to break this glass ceiling and take her to court. Whatever.
That's
Wife
what I
or
want
not.
to see.
Take her to court.
Yeah. That's what I hope.
Yeah. Take her to court. Take her to court and sue her. Sue her for everything she got. I don't care. We'll sue her for the weed she had on during the video. Take her for everything. I'm serious because I can't stand this because, you know.
Salute to you, Janet, because you usually take the side of the female. Salute to you.
No, for real, no. We got to be held responsible. When we do F stuff, then we have to be held responsible.
Okay.
And I'm so tired of these women getting up here on these social medias saying all these things about these men. And some of these men, they just dating. Oh, he did this and he did that. And the man didn't do nothing wrong. Your feelings just got hurt.
Right.
Your feelings, all of our feelings get hurt sometimes. Suck it up. You know what I'm saying? Suck it up. Go get you a drink and go shake your butt a little bit and leave the man alone. But y'all get up on the social media and every man that he was so lovely last week is some type of a monster this week. And then next week
Jenna, I don't mean to cut you short, but they're asking if you're off the box wine tonight, the live chat. The box wine?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and get off the phone.
No.
But I just get upset.
They're just.
I get upset.
Janet, they spend Skrilla. They're just asking. I'm just.
No. I'm drinking water and coffee, and you know I take my anxiety pills, so that's what I'm off. But only thing I'm saying is I just want one time, just one time, one of these men, like that guy that Meg Thee Stallion was dating, one time. I just want one time for one of these men to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to sue you for defamation. That's one time all I want. And then cut all this out. One time I want some man who...
Hey, Janet, hold on a second. Thank you for reminding me. Someone sent in a comment. Janet, you have to watch the interview. Yeah, he did say that they are Native American in the interview. Jeff Metcalf, he said they have their Indian cards. He said that the family, Hunter, and said they're Native American.
Well, you know what? I know a lot of people with those cards. You know why they get those cards, right? They get them for income tax purposes.
I used to have one.
Yeah, you get them for income. See, a lot of people at my where I retired from, they got them. They tried to give me one. I'm like, you know what? I actually got that blood in me, but I don't want one because you know that's a 10-year statute of limitation. I'm not messing with you on that.
Easy. Great to talk to you, Janet. Great to talk to you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Metcalf.